In?
Yeah, you just got to go through it. What?
Through it? Oh, what? Like this?
Yeah.
Hello.
Don't.
It's me.
You need.
Do the wiggle wiggle. Do the wiggle wiggle. Mummy naughty.
No.
Is Mummy naughty?
No.
No,
Are you
Mummy's
naughty?
not naughty. That's lied to
Yeah,
you.
you are, naughty boy.
Don't break it. Right, finished.
Let's go.
Right, love you, bye. Yeah, marriage is not a trend. It's real. It's amazing, but it's hard work. So, what I mean is, I have seen people after people after people get engaged. Like, when we got engaged, you'd say ours was quick, like, and relatively on the younger side, well, for our generation anyway. But we both, as people, had the intention forever. So, like, not, oh, if you don't do that right and it starts to bug me over a couple of years, that forever means nothing anymore. Like, not that situation. It's a argue, work it out, and stay in the same bed each night. Well, so I have to argue, but the argument has to be done by the time we go to bed, because I can't sleep on it and let it go over into the next morning, because that is just a nightmare, because it'll drag on for the next day. So there's people that get engaged to fix what is already broken. People that get engaged, i.e. people propose to apologise. There's people, like a lot of men, who are pressured because all the other men are proposing, and in this world of social media they can see that. Or people just trying to keep up appearances and keeping up with what other people are doing, what they think should be happening right now in that point in their life, because other people have that going on at that point in their lives. And that is the wrong way to go about it. If you can't imagine still loving someone after seeing them at their absolute worst and loving them till death do you part, then marriage is not for you. Like, it's not a trend. And when me and Tiago got engaged, that's like oh my God, we're getting married. He was playing football 7 days a week on the PlayStation, the rest. And I was, over here buying 2-seater convertibles and planning holidays. And then our lives transformed and we grew up together. So we've had to learn about each other and grow with each other. So that in itself is hard. Like, you go from being by yourself, like one person in your own bed, to then having someone who you will forever share your bed with, like you forever share your living space, as well as when you go on to have children and then they never want to sleep in their bed. So it's you become one person, and you have to be willing to give up that part of your life. So watching people get engaged, have the whole hoo-ha, and then it'll be like, oh no, it's over, like they'll go all out, like the engagement's all out, and then they're like, oh no, you didn't take the rubbish out, we're not going to get married. Okay, thank God, because if you're breaking up because of that, then when you get in your marriage and shit really hits the fan and you're legally binded to this person, you're going to have a problem. But so that's where it comes down. The thing with me and Tiago is, yeah, we got engaged. That's the first step. That was a whole different living together, let alone getting engaged, let alone having a child. That's a whole process. So the real test is when you get the phone call from a TV program, in our case, Don't Tell the Bride, and they're like, you're getting married in 3 weeks' time. That is the ultimate test of a lifetime. My husband over here, who in, I believe, majority of men's minds would have literally shat himself and could have easily done a runner. He not only was having to get married in 3 weeks, he had to plan the entire thing in 3 weeks. He didn't see me for 3 weeks, therefore he can answer me every single question in that 3 weeks. He had to do the whole thing knowing that he had to spend the rest of his life with me after this moment if he messed it up. So if there's a bigger test in life for marriage, I generally believe to be told you're getting married in 3 weeks is one of them, to really know if you want to make that decision or not. We did, and we're together, and our morals match up in the sense that we as people are in it for the long term. So I'm an arguer, like I will need to see the end of this argument. He's a walk away person, so he will try and escape the argument. But so that's where we balance each other out. I will not let the situation get out of hand so that the relationship deteriorates, and so I will have to talk it through. He is someone that, give him an hour, he'll rant and rave, he gets all his feelings out, and then he'll rant and rave and then be fine in an hour if you give him his space. So that's where we have to learn about each other and where we balance each other out. And it's different in each relationship depending on each person, but the idea is you are a team. You have to be considerate of how the other person is, and that is the hardest thing. Like when you want to just scream and shout and do the situation how you want to handle the situation, but the other person handles it in a completely different way, that's when you learn to grow with each other. And the other thing is that is enticing people with getting engaged and getting married for reasons that aren't even love sometimes, or aren't even because they want to. It's because of what everybody else is doing. That's what worries me. They're literally binding themselves to another person because it's what everybody else is doing and what they think they should be doing, instead of thinking, actually, am I willing to give my entire life and become one person? Think a minute. Your entire life, become one person, be considerate for another person, not just yourself, another person, forever and ever, amen. Yeah. So we have even seen it go on around us, or even to the point where people are looking at mine and Tiago's social media thinking, oh my God, they're such an amazing couple, blah, 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 blah. Not like doing our own horns, but this is what, yeah, so people say it to us and not just like saying us, that's awful. But when people are like, oh my God, you guys are like so amazing, your life looks so cute, like you're so happy. I've even had like friends do it, like they develop this jealousy of a relationship that they think they know and that they can see. But I'm not being funny. You, Instagram and Facebook and everything else, you're putting the best parts of your life on those social media, right? Social media outlets. I am not going to post a picture of Tiago in the toilet and me screaming at him to shut the door because I'm trying to cook or trying to eat my dinner and he's thinking the place out. Like, that isn't going to go on. So, or if he's scraping his feet across the carpet like he does to itch his feet. And I'm going like this. You get to stop. Or I'm eating my chicken legs with my greasy fingers and then go to touch him and he nearly has a heart attack because it's the last thing in this planet he can handle is unclean hands, and especially greasy food hands. And he's about to bring it, but that's not stuff that's going to go up on social media. So what we want people to understand is that if you're not going, because we've had friends do this to us, like if you're not going to reach out and speak to us as people, as our friends, and in communication levels and be on a regular basis, like if you're a friend and we're interacting and we're social with you, you will know it's not all pleasantries and all happy beings, all laughing and joking and posing for the camera in real married life. There's real things that go into it. So you can't keep looking at other people's relationships on social media and going, oh, mine isn't that good. oh, I want that, or like, oh, he's taking her here, my partner never does it. No, like, you can't judge that on other people because people are putting their best parts of their life on their social media. Like, if you were fly on their wall, it wouldn't be that case. Like, marriage is hard work, and the reason that I'm making this video is because me and Tiago are coming up to a year of marriage this Sunday. We did it. Still got many more years to go, but we did a year. So far. People out there are like stressing because either they haven't got a ring, or they're not married yet, or they haven't had kids yet, because they're judging it on other people's timelines. Like, everybody's lives are different. Like, so no, like, anyone who knew me would never have expected me to be married and have a child by 25. Who knew? But it happened. And that's what I needed in my life to become who I'm supposed to become. But other people's timelines are different. So you just need to stop judging on what other people are doing. Like, marriage is not a trend. You have to love these people. If you don't love them, it will break down in 0.01 second. And you're not even putting up with the small things like, which does my head in, and you put bins out. Who's going to take them out? And then they don't get taken out. If you can't get past that annoyance when you've asked someone to do something 5 or 6 times, then unfortunately you aren't going to be the person that's by their bedside every single day when they get ill, or having to pull their ingrown hairs out because they've developed an abscess or something. Like you're not going to be doing that. You're not going to love that person enough to do that for the rest of your life and become one person. If you're not even going to put up with the minor things, the relationship is going to break. You have to be a team, and it's hard. So that is the one thing I wanted to get across in this, is stop judging your relationships and rushing relationships if you are not ready to commit fully, men or women. Because men, equally, if you're throwing out an engagement ring to apologise, to keep her quiet, to whatever reason you may have, and then you're not going to look after her when she really needs you, it's pointless. It is pointless. Just be in a relationship until that point. Like, I'm saying this because obviously me and Tiago have had our relationship tested. Like, if neither of us were in it, that 3 weeks, gone. See you later, mate. If we weren't in it. I am so surprised he didn't run a mile. But that's what it comes down to. So we're learning, we're growing. And we, fingers crossed, have many more years ahead of us to keep learning. And a lot of it, of marriage, is you've got to pick your battles. Pick your battles. But it all comes down to how, like, you just got to love that person. Like, I am, don't tell him, but I am absolutely head over heels for the bloke, as much as he pisses me off. Like, I love that man. He's a good man, as well as he is annoying, but still. And that is what the root of it is, like, that. And I suppose it is, like, to some people that they would want that, they want to find that, but you will. Just take your time. Like, my life, like, I was trying to grow up way before I should have. So, just calm down, peoples. Calm down. It is not a race. It is not a rush. It is your life. Like, your only life, some would say. So, we've been married for nearly a year.
Yeah, in a week. No,
On Sunday.
3 days, isn't it? 3, 4 days.
The topic is marriage is not a trend.
Is it? No? It's not a joke, guys.
It's real.
It's real. The annoyingness is real.
Shut up. What would your 3 things be?
Listen.
To survive a marriage.
Yeah, listen. Listen to her. Do what she says. If she's not happy, you're not happy.
No,
Worth it, because like I was saying, that if you don't really love somebody and your morals aren't lining up and you're not in it for the long run, if you're not willing to put up with little things that annoy them, you're never going to be there when they need you by their bedside.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It will die out before that.
Yeah, if you're not 100% sure that that's the person, then don't do it. Otherwise, you'd be stuck with her forever.
Wow, that's rude.
I'm not saying that's what. This
And what
exactly.
do you
I'm
say
just saying I'm
to
the opposite.
people that are looking at social media and rushing their own lives because of what they see on social media, thinking that men might feel pressured to propose to a woman because everyone's proposing. How many people do we see just get married, like start proposing and it not work out?
I think a lot of people are doing that nowadays, but the lighting has gone funny.
Yeah, because you've moved something.
No, I'm just do the wiggle, yeah. Do the wiggle. Do the wiggle.
But yeah, this is Talk Tuesday. The topic has been about marriage and the fact it is not a trend, it is real. And it's never too late to be who you want to be.